important, the camaraderie and professionalism and excellence of so many of you. So indeed, it is very, very good to be back here this evening. This evening was about an NHRD showcase. As I saw the various stalls, I'm reminded of what Albert Einstein most famously said. He said, "Strive to be better every successive day than you were the previous." And it is in encapsulating that spirit that this event, the showcase, epitomizes all that is brilliant in human resource practice. Bala has mentioned that we had over 160 nominations across different themes: corporate, CSR, academia and industry research, and also HR startups. And I saw many of them. In fact, yesterday I was at a startup hub where one of the venture capitalists was talking about all the great startup ideas. And Bangalore, with its buzz as the startup capital, in spite of its infrastructural problems and the power outages that we are currently having, it's so good to see the startup initiatives in the space of HR that this city and this event brings. So in the theme of all these four, the corporate best practices, the CSR, the research, the academia and industry, which Vasanthi so ably anchors, and of course the startup initiatives, it has been a privilege to have seen these and to have been part of the jury deliberations. The jury looked at several things. It was very, very tough. But I know they looked in the first round at several things to prune it down to 33 events in the corporate, and of course similar events in all the other spaces that were showcased here today. They looked at impact. They looked at the institutionalization of the initiative, the depth of the metrics, the result, and how it has really changed the culture of the organization. The actual winners, or the top 6, if I may call them that, will be told to you in a bit. But we had, as a jury, some learnings which I wanted to share with you. The first and most important was that it was not just important to conceptualize, because conceptualization is what brings it here, but also important to articulate the impact. Second, it is good if you strengthen the practice by institutionalizing it over a couple of cycles so that the organizational impact can be seen. Third, data is God, so capture it, but go beyond first-level metrics. Deepen the metrics and show them. Fourth, live testimonials are great. And if you can actually bring about people or showcase actual users who've benefited from those initiatives, it always adds an extra trigger. And as we were deliberating, the last and most important, if you have a practice which you believe is great, showcase it. Don't hesitate, bring it out. It will help you, it will help others. And that then will really make it the ripple effect. I've had a thoroughly enjoyable evening. We've had great practices. I know Ranjan and team and Bala and team will capture them in the form of written word or digital word. Read it, adapt it, adopt it, and excel. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I'd like Mr. Bala to also come on stage. Sir, quickly, sir. Everybody. Can we clap for all 4 of them? I think it's very interesting. You are extremely lucky if you're here right now, because I think you heard very different dimensions. Can we get all 3 of you, please, everybody? I think all of you need to take a bow. Can we clap for them, people? Let's hear it for Mark, everybody. Let's hear it for Bala. Let's hear it for Hema Ramichanda ma'am, and let's hear it for Mr. Ravi Kumar sir. Everybody. You won't get a moment like this again We get such an interesting perspective on what HR is all about. Because ultimately, sir, it's all about the people. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. So now as Hema Ravichandra ma'am was talking about those 6 awardees, do we want to know who the awardees are? That's what we're all here for, right? The award season. So, without any further ado, I need to call Ramesh, Ranjan and Prakriti Shetty while we set up things here.
I'm Prakriti Shetty from Genpact.
Good evening. I'm Ramesh Ranjan, and it's my pleasure to be co-hosting this evening's award ceremony.
Are you innovating at the speed of change? The world is changing faster than ever, and individuals and organizations are really working towards keeping up the pace with which the change is happening. In fact, over the last 50 years, the average lifespan of organizations which are listed in S&P 500 has dropped from 61 years to 18 years and is predicted to drop further in the future.
For too long, HR has been seen as operating in a cloud of secrecy, in the garb of confidentiality, in the garb of dealing with people with very sensitive matters. Mark Zuckerberg said that by giving people the power to share, we are making the world more transparent. NHRD Network Bangalore chapter is precisely trying to do this in trying to make HR more transparent.
As rightly said by Peter Drucker, knowledge has to be improved, challenged, and constantly increased, else it gets vanished. So the NHRD's effort through this HR Showcase program is to give an opportunity and a platform to organizations which would like to take challenges, which would like to take creative, innovative ideas forward and bring in some of the next practices and encourage the creativity within the HR fraternity.
For 2 years in a row, Bangalore NHRD chapter has been adjudged the best chapter in the country by the National NHRD Network. Thanks to all your support. Thanks to all your support from among 33 chapters, we are the best for the last 2 years.
The HR Showcase 2015 is the signature event of the Bangalore chapter.
Okay. It's got, I'm sorry, this, okay.
The HR Showcase, we predominantly had the 4 categories this time. We had the HR best practice, HR startups, HR research papers, and also for the first time we introduced HR best practice in the CSR field because we realized that there's so much of emphasis given to the CSR in the last few years. We all brainstormed and we all as a small team came together, ideated, and our preparation or the campaign towards the entire initiative started off between Jan to August. In the month of August, for all the categories that we had planned for, we had the preliminary reviews which was organized, and today we stand amidst you for the finale. From morning till evening, you have gone through all of the booths around you, and today we stand here for the award ceremony.
It's got bigger, it's got better than ever before. 65 corporate HR best practices, 20 corporate CSR initiatives, 36 HR research papers, 30 HR startups, 25 HR service providers, and more importantly, 25 sponsors who have helped make this event happen today. Can it get any better? This truly represents it as being a signature event of NHRD Bangalore chapter, and it inspires us to reach greater heights in the years to come.
Today at the HR Showcase 2015, we shortlisted and showcased amidst all of you 33 HR best practices, 12 CSR initiatives, 12 HR startups, 10 research papers, and I'm sure you'd have gone through and have got enriched with that.
Competing to be the best in the industry, and of course, competing for the most coveted NHRD HR Showcase award.
And also, I think the cash prize of 1 lakh, which is awaiting for the winners.
So what are we waiting for, Prakriti? Let's get on to the business and start announcing the winners.
Sure, Ranjan. So may I now request Ram Kumar, the National President NHRD, to please come on the dais. May I now invite Dr. Anil Rao, Head of Wellington Institute of Management, Bangalore, to please come on the dais. Highlights on the research paper. We had received 36 research papers this year, and including one from Europe. We had research papers from 21 research papers from faculty, 9 from the industry practitioners, 5 from the research scholars, and 1 from the students. We had eminent panel of speakers in the preliminary review, including of Dr. G. Balaji, Dr. M. Bagli, Dr. Rajeshwari Narendran, and Dr. Vasanthi Srinivasan. They helped us to shortlist amongst these 36 research papers, the top 10, which you have seen today. The evaluation criteria was about originality or innovativeness, the relevance, research rigor, survey methodology, impact and applicability, and the presentation of the research. So these are the top 10 research papers that we had showcased today. I'm sure some of you have gone through that. And for today, to review amidst this 10, who stands to be the winner, we had eminent panel of speakers consisting of Dr. Ravi Srinivasan, Dr. Sonia Mehrotra, Dr. Rupande Parike, and Dr. Vasanthi Srinivasan. And Dr. Vasanthi Srinivasan had chaired and moderated the team to come up, as a team, they came up with the final. Maybe I'll invite Dr. Anil Rao to announce the winner. Here it goes.
You will give the trophy.
So fingers crossed
You will give the trophy, give it.
for the research paper.
The NHRD HR Showcase 2015, winners of the Best HR Research Paper, joint winners. 2 of them, I'll read out both the names, CV Sindhuja and KB Akhilesh, for their research on understanding the nature of high-performance team, a case of emergency medical care. The second winner, the joint winner, is Gauri Kusuma for her research on employee engagement, and thank God it's Monday. I request both the winners to please come on the stage.
May I now invite a representative from Aparajita Corporate Services, our sponsors, to please come on dais. This is Sukumar. They've been a sponsor for 2 consecutive years, and thank you so much. So this is about the corporate CSR initiative, an initiative which we introduced for the first time in NHRD HR Showcase this year. We had a very good response, 20 plus CSR practices were the entries which were there. We had companies from Cisco's, including Adidas, Tesco's, Target and others, Tech Mahindra and Times Group. The themes which were worked upon were on skill development and livelihood, waste, sanitation and water, healthcare and education. These were some of the evaluation criteria: the rigor of implementation, the impact, innovation and recognition. The preliminary juries who helped us to identify what are the 10 practices which go into the finals, Ratish Balakrishnan from Satwa, and then Aarti Mohan, the chief editor of the alternative helped us in terms of identifying the 10 practices to the finals. The 12 finalists were Cisco, the Times Group, Adidas, Wellspun, Tech Mahindra, Narayana Health, and of course last name Tubro. The final jury today went round the stalls and helped us. Dr. Jogin Desai, Alex Rodriguez, Dr. Meenakshi Bharat, and Raj Narayanan helped us in trying to identify who the winner is. Would you want to know the winner is? I now request Sukumar to please read out the winner. I think it's a joint.
Joint winners, Mindtree for the First Got Garbage initiative.
And second one.
Second one, Vasudev Adigas for their Empowering People with Disabilities initiative.
We've known Adidas for food, but now we're knowing them for CSR. Thank you. No, yours.
And now invite Bhaskar Bandari from Hosur Group to please come on to the dais. Bangalore has been the hub for the startups. So we thought that we should also have one category for startups, and that has been really interesting for us to validate. So we had received around 30 plus applications this year, and the names are displayed over here for all of you to look at. We also had the eminent panel of jury to evaluate these fine startups. So we had Parthasarathi, Chandrakant, Anjan Datta, Ranganath, Iyengar, Narayan Tamaya, Shivakumar Venkateshwaran, and Mahesh Rao. So their task was actually to reduce from that 30 to the 12 HR startups that we really wanted to showcase in front of you today. The area that they actually looked at in terms of evaluation are mentioned here. It is about disruptive new idea. Is it really that disruptive that we really have to present it here today? Is it scalable? Is there a definite revenue or business model around the organization?